Hey, how you guys doing today? This is the podcast weekly. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different topics and everything. Let's go ahead and start by introducing ourselves with the Litchy group.
My name's Kevin. I go by Curfew Kev. You can find me on Instagram at _curlyhairshawty, SHAWTY, or on Facebook, just normal name Kevin Fling.
I'm Charles, aka C-Mac. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, CMac_the-Great. Snapchat, _Charlie, that's DABOI_Charlie, spelled the right way.
Jamel Elijah. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. My Instagram is Elijah_Jamel. Facebook, Elijah Jamel. That's ELIJAH. Jamel JAMIL. You can hit me up. Rap name Eli. Litchy Gang. That's ELI.
Capital I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to
And my name is Kenneth Montgomery, and I'm the founder of CAS Magazine. And let's go ahead and get this topic started. First of all, it is hot.
Super
It's
hot.
super hot today.
Said to be them bars out there. So, you know what I'm saying? So before we go any
This
further,
how the booth
also,
is on a regular. This how the booth is.
Burn it down.
we still got to shout out our man Showtime.
Showtime, Rennie.
Yeah, shout out
Well,
Showtime. He's not here with us
Showtime.
today. He out here grinding, getting that money and everything at his job. Gotta make that money regardless.
So usually it's just like 5 of you guys, or is it 4?
4 of us.
Four
Four
people.
of us.
Oh,
Four
okay.
main of us.
4 artists.
4 artists and everything. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start the conversation. So,
Alright, what we want to talk about today is, I don't know, how did y'all feel? Did y'all listen to those XXL freestyles?
Couple of
Yeah.
them.
Y'all listen to them? What y'all was thinking and everything? We had a bunch of mumble rappers in there. We had a couple actual genuine rappers. Most people were saying this was one of the weakest years that we've seen and everything. How do y'all feel about it?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Ugly Guy is better than Tupac.
Yo, I know you.
Right hand on the Bible?
Listen. I'm not even about to even condone what he just said. We go just erase that because he don't know what he talking about.
Yeah, right.
But Ugly
Guy.
Guy, he kind of mumble rap a little bit, but he did his freestyle. Out of everybody that did do it, he was towards the top 3 in. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like it was nice, but he still was top 3 in. Like,
Was this you?
I feel like the state of hip hop has just changed in general. Like, it's not about content no more. It's about making something to sound good. So
everybody wants the beats.
Ugly Guy makes good beats. Everybody listens to beats now before they listen to the content. So I feel like XXL has definitely taken a turn for the worse. But everybody that's on XXL is somebody who's popping, who's like, they, except like one person. I don't know how they got on there. I'm not gonna name them, but everybody on there is popping for whatever reasons. So I feel like it's not so much about the music anymore for XXL. It's more about publicity, and that's what hip hop turned into.
Was this year though worse than last year? Honestly.
Yeah, because you still had some hitters last year. You had, Dave East, Herb. There was still a couple people that was actually spitting. There was like 2 actual ciphers that was good last year. But this year,
this year is just.
It was like a sneak last year. You had 21, Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
They sneak the shittiness in there, and this shit was full blown shitty. Like.
You had like Kyle. Kyle was nice, but Kyle didn't even get mainstream attention until he had to. Be. Kyle was nice for a minute, but he wasn't getting the recognition he deserved. He had to do a song with the I Spy, Yachty or whatever to get on mainstream, and now he on XXL. But honestly, he probably was better than anybody on there. But people don't bang with him because they like the mumble rap and everything. So
that's facts.
that's funny.
That's facts.
I feel like Cap G is halfway decent though.
I feel like the only reason he got on there is because he was in the movie Dope. I've never heard the song.
Yeah, I haven't heard the song. I was gonna say I haven't heard the song.
Nah, P Diddy shouted out one of his songs. That's the 2 reasons why. Dope and P Diddy shouted out.
So we got a bunch of people basically on XXL that's on there because of their clout and unmusic related stuff. Like you feel me? Like they're more known for their personalities. Like how do you say it? Trip XX? How do you say that man's name?
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name. It's XX Tamagotchi and it's
But by the way, like I don't know how to say your name, so don't like send demons after me because you seem to say that you are
Always
strong.
talking about these.
Demons, I
Nah,
can't get that
you
either.
know, nah, bro, you don't want that, you know. But get it how you live, I guess.
It's each his own. Everybody got to eat, feed their families and shit. But it's just like, I think we spending more time looking at the rappers, saying there's something wrong with them, but somebody got to put these rappers on. So you really got to take a look and reflect at us as a society.
That's what I was gonna say. Should we be holding the rappers accountable, or should we be holding the people that listen accountable since they making the artists put out that music?
I mean, I feel like a lot of the rappers though, it's not even about the people like their music. Like the people in their cities is looking at them like this is somebody in the city that we can get put on. They can put us on like that. I know if somebody was out here and they was rapping about ABCs every day. They don't want to hear that. If they was like, yo, I'm gonna put the city on. I'm like, yo, I'm about to ride with you so you can put this city on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's more about letting your city eat because a lot of these rappers come from places where it's, it's a struggle. Like, other guy coming out of Mississippi, right? Like, who coming out of Mississippi right now? He putting Mississippi on right now. He only got, 3 songs. But he putting them on the map, you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like it's not so much about they like his music. They rock with him because he's trying to do something positive. Like, he's not out here trying to rob people, kill people, hit things. He out here trying to do something positive, so... It's more or less like, yeah, it's on us, but are we really fans of their music or are we fans of somebody that's going to help the city come up?
I feel what you're saying. I'm definitely going to support regardless if you're from the city, if it's trash or not, just because, it's local, I may not like your music or bang it 24/7, but I'm going to still support you because you're from my city, hustling, trying to put the city on and everything like that. And that helped get an eye on everybody in the city.
But at the same time, it's a dude. I know. Like, say I know Kev, you rock with Mick Jenkins, but it's a rapper. I don't know his name from Mississippi that has that similar flow as Mick Jenkins. He got a gap too, but I have no idea what the fuck his name is. But he not popping in his city simply because nobody gives a fuck about him because he don't make the type of music other guys.
But a lot of this shit is too the city's people not people don't come together to put people on. It's a lot of haters. There's too many haters, and a lot of people don't. People see other people start making it a little bit with the music, or they see people, you starting to make moves, you starting to go out the city a little bit. Then they start hating. They ain't trying to bless you no more and everything because they see you doing this and they not doing it. So
in that context, then, but how do you hold in terms of morals? So Ugly God, the stuff that he talk about and the stuff that he say, versus a rapper like Mick Jenkins that come out of his city. What you stand for as an artist like Mick Jenkins, can you really sit here and say, I'm a support an artist like Ugly God considering what he stand for and what I stand for? That's gonna make me look like I don't really believe in what I'm talking about.
I think you can support him as an artist, you just don't support the content.
I mean...
You feel me? Like your mom could support you as a person. She may not like the decisions you're making at that moment and everything, but she still supports you as a person overall.
Right.
So
I mean, Other Guy is a very bad example because Other Guy already said, like, I make great beats. I'm a terrible rapper. Like, he said that. I can respect that from him. Like, he's like, I'm garbage. Like, he said he makes cool music. Like, and I feel like he did it because this was popping. Like, he's like, I need to make it out. I need this bread. I want to eat, like, every day. So, like, he doing what he got to do. So, like, for somebody else that's making real shit, for you to support them, that's going to hurt your ego. But at the end of the day, you look at Atlanta, they stick together like nothing. Like they stick together like white people stick together. But I'm not gonna hold you. Like QC is like changed the landscape of Atlanta. Like you walk down the street in Atlanta, the artists are not even artists. They're like, you know him. Like, I mean, I live in Atlanta. Like you walk down the street, you might see Future. You're not gonna be like, oh my God, that's Future. You're gonna be like, it was good. Like, you know what I mean? So like the way you stick together in Atlanta, that's the one place I can say like that they not tearing each other down. And even when they start tearing each other down, it's more or less like people from they groups be like, yo, chill. Like Atlanta, we didn't put Atlanta on too much for this to happen. So it's just more or less like the jealousy just takes over. And like Atlanta got the formula, and they gonna keep rocking.
Formula and lemon pepper wings, boys.
Right, shout out Zaxby's.
Yeah, for real. Like,
what you want to talk about?
So I guess going off of just even the city supporting you, I mean, I want to talk about, we're all from Buffalo, coming up on the east side, coming up on the east side, the American Six, I know just coming up, I know that Buffalo is one of the places that people gonna take you down, no matter what you're doing. It don't matter if it's school, rapping, clothing, whatever you're doing. Like Buffalo is one of the biggest places that's gonna happen. So I'm trying to talk about our city because nobody seems to give a fuck. like so-called give a fuck.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like so many people don't give a fuck in Buffalo so much? Like, what? Because it's small? Is it like not well
It's
known?
a dead
or
end
something?
city.
Honestly, I feel like there's roots in Buffalo from shit that has been, like, I don't necessarily know too detailed in terms of the history of Buffalo, but there's certain things in the roots of Buffalo that causes us a natural separation, just how majority of all of the niggas live on the east side or some live on the west side. All of the, damn near all of the Hispanics, all of the foreigners, all of them live on the west side. And you got the white people out in the burbs. That's the fact that the city is split up like that shows you that it's naturally separation. And I feel like there's certain things rooted in this city that cause us to naturally want to separate from each other and not come together. And it's up to people like us to make that change. But I feel like it's something, it's a culture that's been like created.
That's where that education, getting that education, getting out and everything like that. This man over here about to be done with the CAS and getting that school, man. Say no, because for real, that's how you got to make a difference. A lot of these people not educated, so you can't really teach nobody if you're not educated yourself. So you just passing along bad information and stuff. So we need a lot more black people in the community to get educated and give back and stuff. And a lot of them that do get educated, they leave before they even get a chance to give back and everything.
Or they fake it. I will say that. I know a lot of
Yeah.
I know a lot of educated rappers that front like they ugly god, and it's like, bro, what is you doing? Why you fronting like you ugly god when you got the tools to make a change in your community?
Right.
Why we got so many of those walking around?
I mean, I'ma just say this, like, it is separated, and I mean the black people like the east side, that's where I'm from. It's a lot of gang mentality here. Just like everybody, like Buffalo wants to be Chicago, it wants to be these other places that have all this violence. They want to show that they tough, and it's like Buffalo's been in the top dangerous cities since before we was born. So like you don't got to show that, you don't got to do that. And I mean, but I'm talking about just going back to CAS Tech, like when it was me, him, and my mans. Like we was always different. We always dressed different. We was the outcasts of the school. Like I was in the top of the class. They wasn't. That don't mean I'm not hanging with them, you know what I'm saying? We always had an eye for the fashion and stuff like that. I remember at lunch talking to him like, look, bro, you wearing truck fit. Everybody wearing truck fit now. Like, I'm wearing this. Everybody wearing this now. So that's when we started, like, going with the clothing design thing. And it's like, it's other groups that was there that would always, you know, front on us like, you know, we wasn't shit. We wasn't this, we wasn't that. We wasn't getting these bitches, blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking up now and these same people trying to rap. These same people coming to me asking about fashion design. Like, Litchy Gang really has been the movement for the movement of the people in our generation now. Like, we had the mindset before everybody else did. So it's like, that's a problem to people. Like, they sat there and they talked about us because they hated the fact that our vision was so clear. Like, people say here, it's like it's a cage around Buffalo for some reason. Like, people get stuck here and don't want to go nowhere. I'm not saying move, but like, how many, bro, there's mad people in Buffalo that never been nowhere outside of Buffalo. Like, I've taken people, I'm in college right now, I've taken people to PA for the first time, like Canada the first time, all this other stuff. Like, so it's like Buffalo has this thing where it restricts you. Like, you so used to being held down to the point where you gonna lay down by yourself. So that's something that we need to change. But like, you can't do it by yourself. We can't do it by ourselves. It's like education is one thing, but everybody can't get educated.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. Everybody else can't get educated, but once you get educated and everything like that, I think that's just the start to, like, you know, meeting like different people and bringing groups together and stuff like that. School is like, you know, one of them places where, you know, you meet like different nations and stuff like that, and you formulating a plan almost, you know. But I feel like college is a great way to, like, you know, start up that, you know, conversation of, you know, building something within the city if you live in the city and stuff like that. I'm from Chicago myself, so I understand, like, you know, people are like, they feel stuck in, like, you know, the neighborhood that they're in and everything like that, but you have to break that habit. You have to talk to different people and everything like that. You gotta, so if you feel like some people are negative in your life, whatnot, you have to cut those people straight out of your life, whatnot, and, you know, find some people who are positive, people who are going, you know, going places and everything like that. You just can't just stay in one place. It's like, you know, being stuck, you know, you don't want to be stuck in anything like that. So.
I think like just the aspect of everybody. Buffalo, it's a lot of people that, like you said, are stuck, or a lot of people that are stuck in the mindset. College is definitely an important aspect of it, but at the same time, there's one aspect of it. You just got to get outside of your comfort zone. It's a lot of people that only thing they know is the neighborhood that they've been on, and all they know is the street and around their neighborhood. They never even been to Elmwood. There's people that live in Buffalo that never been to Elmwood.
Right.
You gotta step outside of that and realize that there's more. There's more than just the hood you from.
Yeah.
There's more than just the neighborhood you from. There's more than just the school you go to. There's a whole world out there, and it'll change your mindset about how you see stuff, and it'll help you make a change in a positive direction.
And that's what it is all about, changing that mindset, like just being stuck in the hood. You're going to be stuck in the hood,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But the thing is, a lot of these people that are so quote unquote stuck in the hood and stuff like that, they make the choice on their own to do so. So it's like at that point, I don't want to say they're a lost cause, but it's like, how do you help those that don't want help, but they they still need help?
Some people, that's all they know though. If you look in, Buffalo's kind of a rough example because Elm was right there, but in a lot of cities, it's not so close together.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that's like you spent 20 years in the hood, trying to go to Elmwood is just gonna feel weird. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna feel comfortable. You're not gonna want to go there. You gonna want to go back to the trap. You're gonna want to go back to the trenches.
I think we need more educated, like for example, like us. Like we was lucky enough. Y'all both went to Hutch Tech, which was one of the best schools in the city. I went to Honors, which was one of the best schools in the city. But like I could say, it's times where I've been in people's houses and stuff where their parents, because of, the people I know, the school I went to, a predominantly white school. My whole grade, there was like 15 black people in the whole grade. So it's like, I've been in people's houses that's $500,000 houses, but then I've been in other people's trap houses where they're bagging up dope. So you feel me? It's like, I feel like a lot more people need to gather all their worldly experiences. And it's like, okay, it's cool. I can understand if you want to be a hood nigga all your life and you've experienced the rest of the world. But don't decide you want to be a hood nigga and you haven't even got a taste of anything else yet like that. And that's really what my problem is with a lot of these people.
A lot of them don't have a choice necessarily. I know I got little cousins that came out the womb and were molded instantly into a hood nigga. They came out the womb and there was a certain clothes that were put on them by their parents. There were certain things they were taught. They came out the womb and they said go out there and fight. They came out the womb and was like go outside.
To me, that's okay up to a certain age, but after a certain age, you have your own mind to make your own decisions. Just like I don't know if you've seen where Bibby, he going back to college now and everything like that. He want to get a college degree. The nigga from the streets, he talk about it all the time, but he realized I need an education, everything, that other side of life. So I mean, it definitely they could when they get older. They could be like, I done been trapping, I made all this money, let me go invest this in a semester at college and shit. But no, they just gonna go buy more dope. So I feel like we need that education in that aspect, because even if they took their trapping to the next level, they could take that entrepreneurship, invest it in stocks or something, then take that and back and trap. But they're not even smart about it. And I just want the community just to be better educated in everything that they do, because half the shit they do, they fail at it because they're not being the best they could be at whatever it was.
If you're gonna be a trap star,
If you're gonna be the best trap star you could be, like I'm not saying be a trap star, but invest the right ways, do the right stuff. They're not even doing that right. Like so.
I mean, I feel like the people in Buffalo. I think the problem is that we're held down. Like I've been in class with this man where my teacher told me I can be what I want, and then told him he ain't gonna be shit. We in the same class, sitting next to each other. So like that right there, like Buffalo, people in Buffalo that's supposed to be uplifting you is not uplifting you. When they, like, you know what I mean? You only got that person that's going to give you a hug and you need a hug. Like, I can sit here and tell this man 100 times, like, yo, don't give up. Because I'm his man, so he like, that's what I'm supposed to say. Yeah. But when somebody else say it, they don't got no insight on him say it. Now he's going to listen to it because it's like, yo, this person on the outside can see I'm hurting and they telling me it's going to be okay. Like, they telling me not to give up. So it must really mean, like, you know what I mean? That's like your parent telling you everything going to be fine. Your parent got to tell you that because that's how we feel. Like, they don't got to tell you nothing, but that's how we feel. So it's like, it's not enough of us. Like us, our generation, like uplifting these kids now. That's why you see these generations as they going on. These kids is getting worse and worse and worse because, like he said, they come out the womb. Like these kids now, like they come out the womb, putting on Jordans, putting on Polo, putting on Trues, and it's like they not getting taught real life values. So it's like that's exactly what it is. So I feel like that's why it's a lot of people that feel like they don't have any other option because they're not told anything. They're told you have no other option. And I mean, yeah, when you get to a certain point, but I mean that certain point might be that man being in jail, might be his last breath being taken by him realizing that I could have did this. So like, we're just lucky that we were able to get the opportunity to actually have that experience, but everybody doesn't get that experience. So I think that's what breaks us apart from the rest of the world, I think.
So I mean, I agree with you, like in that aspect. I feel like definitely true. Because for me, I had teachers telling me I wouldn't be shit. I had family telling me I wouldn't be shit. And so you start to believe you ain't gonna be shit. You know what I mean? Even like how our job leader was like, yeah, your generation is the worst generation. If our generation is fucked up, it's your generation fault.
Yeah.
So you need to look at your, you need to look at your fucking self and think of a change instead of just talking shit about us.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you gotta cut those people who are negative, whatnot, and roll with the positive people. And you can't just let people let you down. And they keep talking you down, you're gonna be down, whatnot. So you have to cut them out, and you have to go with positive people who are gonna keep you and uplift you and everything like that. There's gonna be some times where you're gonna be like, damn, I feel like I'm not gonna make it, whatnot. But if you're around positive people, they're gonna uplift you, and then you can uplift them back, whatnot. So
that's why we gas each other up so much.
Positive
We be
vibes,
gassing, but
baby.
it's a reason why we
You have to gas.
I know, like this man right here with the fresh fashion. I know you see the hat and shit. Come on, to get you on local, you say.
No, but yeah, we gas because I mean we had so many days that we didn't have shit, didn't eat nothing. Like you know what I mean. Me and this man didn't eat together, so when we start eating, we gonna gas you. It don't matter. As soon as you step foot and you think you Litchy, like we gassing you no matter what. I mean because when people vibe with us, it's a different vibe. It's a way different type of vibe. It's not a vibe you can get from anybody else anywhere. I mean, we going out of the country, people talking about our vibe is different. So I don't care who you are, who you think you are, the president, nobody. Y'all not vibing like us. This is Litchy. That's a whole nother movement. Like Litchy itself has a whole meaning to it that nobody gonna understand unless you actually vibe with us. We can sit here and tell you what it is. We can sit here and tell you what our motives is, but like you really not gonna get it unless you really sit down and you vibe with us. Not no interview type shit, but like you with us and be cool.
Come get a bottle of Henny real quick.
Get a bottle of Henny. You fucking with
talk
us.
it over.
Then you really gonna see like we really some people that y'all really want to fuck with. So, I mean, that's why we got a gas. Gas is real when you fuck with us. I'm just telling you now.
But it ain't on hype though. I was gonna say we got the shit to back it up. Then we're in the
Yeah,
studio
exactly.
cooking and everything
Right.
like that. Yeah, I was gonna say
we got shit to back it up.
definitely got stuff coming
We
for
ain't
y'all
just
and
talking.
everything like that.
definitely.
Alright, so to transition from there, of course I want to talk about Litchy Gang since we on that topic.
So the Litchy Gang.
To give y'all a little history lesson on Litchy Gang. Litchy Gang, you want to go way back.
Take it from the 10 out.
Take it from the 10 knock. Started off, my brother was rapping. He had this thing called YCM, which he still has. Him and his half of the family, because we got different dads, was doing their thing over there, and I was rapping with them. And for whatever reason, that just wasn't the best investment for me as a person, just because that was more him and his dad's side of the family. That wasn't really included in that. So when my man Charles came to the studio, we formed what was Lucid Dreamers, which is also part of our clothing line and some other stuff we got working on. But the concept behind Lucid Dreamers is that we have this dream of success, and like how when you in a lucid dream, you're in control of your dream. So every day we're in control of making our dream a reality. And that started just this movement that grew. We've been working, living life. We linked up with Showtime. Unfortunately, Showtime couldn't be here, but my man's from the Bronx. We linked up with Showtime. He was down with us for a minute. And then we linked up with KOD Entertainment. My man's
Crackers Down Entertainment. Because I met you, this was November or whatever
Yeah.
last year. So it was like 8-9 months ago or something like that. So
Then me and him went to South by Southwest.
on some crazy. This man really was just on some. He was like, yo, bro, I got a performance at South by Southwest. You trying to come down there? And just was like on some, hey, shit, might as well go down there. And it kind of just went from there. Like,
From there. And then he kind of came up more with the idea. We had a song called Litchy Gang.
Yeah.
And it just ran from there.
that's all.
Like, how many songs do you guys have all together?
Hundreds.
Between me and him, hundreds.
I just got, I only got a couple. I got an EP that's supposed to be coming out end of this month. But that's it.
Hundreds that you'll never hear.
This man said, whatever
it's
you
in
need,
the
I
archive.
got vibes for
It's in
everything.
I mean, we've been going since 2014? 2014. We've been going since then. So like, people have throwaway songs and all types of stuff like that. But like, we never thought about throwaway songs. We would put if we had a song, we had a tape, we put every song on it. We didn't care. So like but I mean, I feel like that's us growing and us realizing our potential and stuff. So like with him, he's so eager to get out this tape. I'm telling him like, dude, the stuff that we put out, if we would have had the knowledge that we have and like the equipment we have now, like imagine the stuff we could be doing. Like, so I gotta do new stuff. So I want him to have the fullest, most, like, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I just want him to have the best experience with this tape. Like, take your time with it, enjoy it, love it, because like you're not gonna get that back. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, but Litchy Gang in itself, like honestly, like I said, we're different. Me, him, and my man's. He don't rap, but he's gonna be Litchy Gang no matter what. Deshaun, shout him out. I don't know where he at right now. Probably up with his girl or something. But shout her out too. Shout her out too. But basically, I made Litchy Gang just because because I was in college. I started dorming. I started going to parties. People was like, bro, you lit, da da da. So the thing is litty, you know what I mean? So we always been different. I always been different no matter what. So I was like, I don't want to say litty because that's just basic. I'm not a basic nigga. So next thing you know, I was like, Litchy. I was like, yeah, Litchy. So then next thing you know, we made the song, made a video. And this nigga was like, bro, I'm rolling with this shit. Fuck what you doing. That's exactly what it was. He's like, I'm rolling with this shit. We're Litchy Gang. He was like, bro, we're the gang. We're lit. We make everything lit when we come out. Like, and that's the fact. Like, we just, you know what I mean? We've been through so much struggle. Like, we like, man, fuck it. We about to enjoy life, man. I'm about to sit up here and cry about last week, nigga. Fuck that. Today, I'm about to go out and I'm about to chill. I'm about to be with my boys. I'm about to, you know what I mean? So, Litchy Gang really is just like a movement for itself. Litchy Gang is like positivity when it comes to music. It's like everything about Litchy Gang is positive. So Litchy Gang is way bigger than just music though. Litchy Gang is deep. It's really deep. So
it's a positive movement. We was just talking about that's what the city needs. That's what we bringing is positivity. We bringing something real at the same time. So we gonna put it in your face. We gonna tell you this is what it is, and we gonna have a good time.
That's basically what it is. And I mean, Litchy Gang is gonna be in Canada for another coast to coast. This time I'm gonna be there. I've missed the last two because of work and finances, but I got my shit right.
So what's that? July 21st.
July 21st.
Then we got a little event.
Ramsey's Hookah Lounge, July 27th. All white party. Said.
White party. And then after that, we got my man's Curfew. Kev, who gonna take off with this EP.
Yeah, EP probably gonna drop very end of this month. Everything be done. Had to get my singer on there real quick. Stand my man from the job and everything like that. Had to sing on the track, so he's waiting to get that engineered. But we got that coming for y'all soon. Just wait on it.
That Never Starve Again.
And that's it. You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Litchy's gonna have a lot of shit. I got something.
We got DR3.
DR3. We waiting on this. The DR3.
That's the Dark Room 3. Y'all haven't heard 1 and 2 probably.
Go check them out.
Worried about it. I'm not too worried about it, but. DR3 is gonna be classic, but before I have DR3, I'm gonna drop a little something for y'all because DR3 is gonna take some time. Don't worry about what it is, just know it's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming this year. I'm waiting for my man Curfew to take off.
Do the DR. And might even be a Litchy mixtape later this year.
Oh, yeah, it might be a Litchy.
Showtime gonna have a project at some point.
He's going
business.
But we gonna force him to. He quiet.
Expected to drop in an all-white suit. That's all y'all need to know and everything. He's coming at y'all fresh.
For those that don't know, Mike in our music video Supreme How All White. Most people only know him as Showtime. He the quiet one in the back. We call him Showtime. He the quiet one in the back that be chilling. But when it's Showtime, he step out and do his thing.
When it's Showtime, who we call?
Michael.
Y'all gonna hear that line again. So,
and then a little spoiler real quick. Eli has a project coming soon.
What?
He said, that's to us. Okay.
Never see that one coming.
Said, okay, project coming.
He been sitting on this project for like 3 years, dog. So
project is called Hennessy, Parties, and Heartbreak.
Oh my God, that sounds like some Kanye shit, bro. Parties. Yeah. So since we on the topic of Hennessy, Parties, and Heartbreak, am I on this tape?
Hell yeah.
Okay. I just
want
to know because you know what I'm saying.
We making music videos. That what I was going to say.
I don't know. That sound like niggas might cry to that one. I don't know, man. That sound like
you about to be serenading bitches up in there, hitting them with the smooth.
I don't know. That sound like some transition shit. It sound like Hennessy gonna be the lit shit. Well, not even lit shit. The Hennessy gonna be like the vibe and shit. The party's gonna be the lit shit, and the heartbreak gonna be the real shit. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he putting all three.
He's on his roll. He about to put his hand out here.
Ain't gonna speak on it yet. Too soon.
I've heard what he been cooking up. I know what it is, bro.
He said got that good.
I heard what he been cooking up. We all heard what he been cooking up. We just didn't know what to take with him. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else Litchy doing that?
Oh yeah, we gotta say this on record.
Okay.
Cause it's Buffalo.
Okay.
It's a lot of people rapping. It's a lot of people making music.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't us. It's niggas that's gonna be down with us. People we got big bank rolls in the cut.
No, we don't.
We got young. We got young Ashley on the track doing her thing. We got Malik. We got Kenny. We got
Greg.
We got
Who else be around? Gang.
who else
Shit.
really be around gang?
That might
That's
be
what it is.
squad.
That's
Honestly, that
That's
might be the
squad.
main
We
squad.
got
right
Deshaun
now.
obviously.
He's gonna be
Showtime.
squad regardless.
But we got some shit coming. So
Maybe a couple of
Basically.
guest appearances.
be listening to Who Is Litchy so y'all know who is who and who ain't who, because we start a lot of trends. We start trends with Pumas. We start trends with our swag. We start trends with our dances. So when you see all of this stuff, just know where it originated from us. So when you see them other people trying to do that, trying to hit the shoulder, just know it started with us. They can't hit the shoulder.
And when y'all see the interview a year from now, we in a Playboy mansion doing this interview and shit. It says, no, it started right here. It said with CAS Magazine.
Oh, that's a fact. No, that's a fact. Yeah, no. And let's make it known. You talk about mumble rappers. Litchy Gang does not have any mumble rappers.
What you mean I'm the hottest mumble rap out, boy? He said I'm dropping ABCs on these niggas.
We are not mumble rappers, dog. Like, everything you hear from us, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna only way you're gonna appreciate Litchy Gang is one or two ways. You fuck with us because of us, our presence, and if you fuck with us and you fuck with what we saying, you're gonna fuck with the music regardless.
Period.
Or you really have appreciation for music. Because there's people that we went to high school with. I played them my first mixtape, Who Am I? And they listening to one of the songs me and him did. And they like, damn, I didn't know y'all was going through that. That's because nobody ever asked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all look at us. Now y'all look at us like, oh, these niggas lit, bro. Back in high school, these niggas look just like, these niggas is weird. These niggas is lame. Oh, that's that smart dude. He ain't gonna want to fuck with me. You ain't never asked nothing to find out who we was, what we was about, nothing. Now y'all look at us and we have a better appearance because we got money now and all this other shit. I'm not saying we got money like we rich, but I'm saying we got the money to, make our appearance look better. You know what I mean? We ain't never selling out to anybody. You know what I'm saying? We not looking to sign shit. We just looking to do this shit because we love this shit, honestly. So
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to starve again, but I'm saying we not no sellouts, bro. That's not
never come again.
We not
Loki might
sellouts.
start our own label on some crazy shit or
Right.
something. Said
Yes.
staying independent out here.
We don't-
For a minute. Like, yeah, said.
We're not good laborers. I'm just gonna let you know now. So
So about the my topic would be like, how do you guys manage to like travel and
Just we talking
get
about
your gigs and
us.
stuff like that? Tell me about the process and everything like that. Like,
Where we
music
wanna-
musicians and everything.
Alright, I would say this starts with good planning. I'm not gonna lie, niggas get broke. Y'all live paycheck to paycheck. Y'all know what it is when y'all got bills and stuff. Really, what it is for most of the stuff for the events, we plan this joint a ways out in advance, so we already put the money aside, so we don't gotta worry about when it gets there what we doing. We like this coast to coast thing. I think we paid for this 3 months ago or something like that. So each time it comes to the new event, by the time we at that next event, we already putting down money for the event that's 3 months after that. So you never gotta worry about what's going on. Now this man, I tell you about how finding the events and everything like that, cause this is all through this man. Like
On some real, man, I really don't know. I just be looking for opportunities that I just be searching. Whatever we can get, whatever opportunity we can get to put ourselves out there. Most of them is out of town. There's not a lot of music opportunities in Buffalo. We got to create a lot of those ourselves. But just hitting up people. If I see somebody performing, I'm going to say, yo, where you perform at? Where was that event at? If I meet a promoter, if I meet somebody, I want to know where the event was.
So basically, you like the manager of the group and everything like that.
I wouldn't say I'm the manager, but I come up with certain stuff.
he the hungriest nigga.
yeah, I would say this.
in the group. Let me tell you this now. He told you the story. I'm gonna tell you my portion of the story. He one day he hit me up and was like, "Do you rap?" I said, "I dabble." Okay.
I remember that shit. He said I dabble.
Shout out my cousin Kenny, man, in Atlanta. This all started because of him. He wanted to be a rapper because them two are similar. Like, they never been really good at anything but rapping. So he's wanted to be a rapper. So I said, I'm gonna hop in here and rap to hold my cousin spot. You know what I'm saying? And then we grew a bond. Like, you know what I'm saying? We struggled together, everything. And Kenny be grinding down in Atlanta right now. So what happened was, it basically came to the point where when I was rapping, he was like, "Bro, you great." And I'm every time I listen to a song, I'm like, "Yo, you can feel that this nigga wants to be a rapper. Like, this is like, he has no plan B. Like, this, he's putting his all into this." So like basically he puts his all into this, you know what I'm saying? Like he spares no expense. Like he goes the extra mile to find shit because this is what he wants to do, and that's because he's like, there's nothing else I can do, you know what I'm saying? So he's not the manager. He's just the passion he has for this is just he just has the most passion.
What's that triangle piece? That's the center triangle piece that holds up like bridges. The keystone. I would say this man is the keystone. He's he's the centerpiece of the group. I would say everybody. Like
yeah, we all play a part. You know what I'm saying? Like I came with the name Litchy Gang. He definitely went and ran with the name Litchy Gang, and this dude over here, you know what I'm saying? He putting Litchy Gang name on shit. So I'm saying we all like without any of the pieces, Litchy Gang wouldn't even be something right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. And for me, for your question, for me, I work 3 jobs, so I'm tired as hell.
That's the key
but
right there.
The whole thing is like I seen on the interview. I researched this shit. I researched interviews, everything for anybody that I look up to. And I forgot who it was, but they said, you know, if you really want some shit, you're not gonna sleep. You might be up 48 hours, and trust me, I've been up 48 hours, 36 hours, whether it was school, whether it was writing, whatever it was. I've been up that long, so it's like, that's the key for me. Like you really gotta have the heart to keep going. Like you gotta miss sleep sometime, because if you don't, when you go to sleep, somebody else gonna swoop in and take your shit from you. You know what I'm saying? And I've too many times I've went to sleep and lost the opportunity. So right now, we in our prime of life. You know what I'm saying? So we have no reason that we can't go and get what we want, you know what I'm saying? We lucid. Litchy the Gang, lucid the sound, nigga. You heard it here. Alright? Litchy the Gang, lucid the sound. Once again, that's something I said. He said, I'm running with that shit, nigga. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is.
I just want to say, side note, to everybody out there doing the music shit, keep grinding. Because this man, when we talking about the events, I remember this man, Eli, telling me, because we asked him about, how did you get the events, everything, and he told me, he was like, back when, I was sending out music to people and everything like that, and they was banging with the music. The problem just was, the quality of where we was actually recording and stuff wasn't good enough, stuff like that. So they was hitting them back, telling them, I bang with your stuff, just, get the quality up. As long as you keep sending that shit, we'll fuck with you. And a lot of events and stuff we've been doing, it'd be years later while these people is hitting them back up now that they see he's still grinding, he getting a better equipment, he doing more moves and stuff. Now they inviting him back to events. Oh, come out, you could do this now and everything. So it shows, if you keep grinding, the proof is in the pudding. You keep grinding, eventually you're going to see the results and you're going to get something back out of it. Because I know this man been working that shit for years, and he finally starting to get the payoffs that he been looking for and everything like that. So definitely anybody working with the music, you may not see the fruit of your labor immediately at first, but stick with it and see what you can get out of it.
It's just like a process.
It's a process.
To I guess to take that and to put it in one word is different for everybody, but it's called faith.
Yeah.
Well, all of that in one word is just faith.
Yeah.
If you really want it, you gotta believe it's gonna happen.
That's a fact. And I mean, I'm just saying this throughout the whole process. He's never once did some shit by himself. He always said, I want my boys with me. So, I mean, I got to appreciate that just in the sense. I mean, we go back to high school. This is my brother regardless if I'm rapping with him or not. I'm going to support him no matter what he's doing. I mean, I supported him. He wanted me to go South by Southwest, and I said, nigga, this is your dream, go. So he took him because he needed somebody to go with him. I wasn't mad, nothing. But, you know what I mean, like, the fact that, he's like, if I get something on my plate, I'm going to give you some. And that's vice versa. If I get something on my plate, I'm going to get him some. Whenever I get a move, he let me know. Whenever we get moves, we let each other know. So it's really like, you're never gonna find a group like us where we really just putting our all into each other. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it is. We not selfish. We don't want to have everything for ourselves. We out here. We pushing everybody else out, and we waiting on our time. You know what I mean? Like that faith, we know it's gonna be our time at one point. So, I was gonna say I appreciate being around these people because you're not gonna find people like this in your life. Everybody has their niche, and you know what I'm saying. We found ours. And, soon you're going to see us on more than just a podcast. It has to start somewhere. So I appreciate CAS Magazine putting us out there. Thank you for the opportunity. It started here at Litchy Gang and CAS Magazine making something. So, yeah.
All right, cool. That concludes the whole, conversation with you guys and everything like that. Thank you guys for coming together with mine. Collaboration is where it's at and everything. And that's the only way things will, start moving because we're all collaborating. That's how, you make it in a music group, whatnot. You promote, collaborate, and you talk about your music and everything like that. Who you are, sharing, your livelihoods with everybody. Be giving back to your fans and everything like that. So This is CAS Magazine, and thank you guys for watching. This concludes the podcast weekly.
Litchy, we hear your voice.